Welcome back, everybody. We're back with Bloodborne now. We have skipped DS2 for now. We might be back later, but we don't know yet. There were some unfortunate happenings. But I am joined now by the wonderful Gloom and Amaris, and we're gonna see Yuno run Bloodborne BL4 on the piano. Can you tell me what exactly this run is gonna be like, especially on the piano, maybe?
I mean, I've seen play before on piano. They're incredibly skilled.
Yeah.
uh, it's something that I definitely am not up to the capabilities of. Gloom, you know more about playing on alternative controllers than I do. You have a lot more experience with that.
Yeah, I haven't actually had a chance to see Yuno's run, so this is the first time I'm seeing it. But just speaking as someone who does alternative controllers, I'm expecting us to probably see potentially different strats that might have to be put in place just due to the limitations of the piano. So I'm very excited to see how this run goes and what she's worked on for the routing and the strategies.
Yeah, I can already tell you. I've seen a lot of Yuno on the piano, and she's simply amazing. Like it's incredible. It's like second nature. Like yeah, there's no difference very much to a normal controller for her. As a lot of us know, she's already done Dark Souls 3 SL1 on the piano, which was a world's first, an incredible achievement. And she's been training to do the same run here in Bloodborne now for a while.
Yeah, she's incredible. Like you take a hitless run, which is already on its own very difficult, and then on top of the fact that she's playing on an alternative controller like piano, she also does it no leveling. So she's just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, when I think it was the DS3 run. I think that was the first one, right? And then she was like, "I'm just going to do no leveling for all
Yeah,
of the runs." And I was like, "That is impressive."
it's kind of her thing,
I
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like her
yeah,
trademark now, which is really cool.
I love that for her.
Yeah, it's not easy. Like there's a lot of struggling coming with that, I think.
I do know her current personal best is 7 hits. So she did say that she had save states prepared for today too.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
the biggest problem. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, because like I think she recently just had the 7 hit PB. Like I think that's a very recent development, which is really exciting. Like getting that sub 10 is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, unfortunate. The wolf. I think every Bloodborne runner knows the wolf situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the wolf is the first hurdle. And you could be perfect at the wolf a million times in a row and then have one
Exactly.
like bullshit run. Excuse my language. You can have one not great
No, it's
moment
true.
with it.
It's gonna happen every once in a while.
Because I feel like even just the beginning of Bloodborne hitless in general, like I think a lot of runners call it ladder percent. Like just getting to the ladder is kind of a bit of a reset point, just because there's so much like RNG and just like so many random things that can happen right at the beginning of this game.
Yeah, early game hits are always rough, right?
I think
hate
especially
that.
from like a mental perspective, because like when you get to a low PB, like a PB1, and if you're having to reset over and over within the first few minutes, it can get kind of demoralizing. Like I have like just utmost respect for all of you hitless runners who do this.
Oh yeah. It takes a lot mentally, I think. But
I think
Yuno's
that's
got
why I
this.
still haven't completed a hitless run yet, and why I stick with my low leveling. I just have to beat the bosses once.
You gotta really want it. That's the thing. like, you know, have the motivation to go for it, to grind it out, I think.
It's a lot
Amherst,
of
were you working on Bloodborne? I'm trying to remember.
yeah. My
Mhm.
PB I think was like I can't remember. It might have been 15. When I stopped, and then I tried to pick it up again, and I was like, I need to practice. It was messy. I was actually dying to things, so I actually recently made an announcement that I wouldn't be picking it up until I got my ADHD meds again.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be happy with 15. And be very
15
proud
is
of myself.
huge. And for anyone who doesn't know, like Amherst hasn't mentioned, but they're like absolutely like like an amazing Giga gamer. Like one of the things Amherst does like on their first plays is they'll like do a bunch of really difficult restrictions literally on a first play of a game just to learn the bosses better. Really, really cool stuff.
Yeah, my current run is a Wuchang run where I am not leveling my HP, which is locking me out of a lot of the skill trees.
That's wild.
Oh, and I'm not leveling my weapons. My weapons are
goodness.
all like level 0.
Also,
Yeah, it's
just like
impressive.
sped right through that central Yarnum. Like that area is so tricky, and I feel like especially with like playing on an alternative controller, and she just made that look so easy.
Yeah, that was so smooth, especially getting past the gunshots.
Hmm.
Because I feel like that's where a lot of people get tagged is
Oh
by
yeah, because they snipe you.
the shooters.
Yeah, the biggest problem with the alternate controller is most of the time the camera, right?
Hmm.
So
Yeah, and I've talked to because I was kind of curious. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm primarily on dance pad where you don't have pretty much any camera. And I was talking to about how the camera operates on piano. And she was saying that she actually has pretty decent camera setup, which is really cool because you don't usually get that on a lot of other alternative controllers.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at the keys being played to figure out if it's the right or the left hand. I probably should have asked if it's right or left that's controlling the camera. But
And I had also asked her because depending on how you have your alternative controller set up, sometimes there is input delay. And she was explaining that she uses what's called a Titan 2 to connect her keyboard and that it allows for absolutely no input delay, which is really cool. So she has, a pretty good setup here.
a very expensive setup as well.
Yeah.
yes.
Definitely invested into that.
Also, I know if you go onto Yuno's stream, I don't know if I don't have the sound turned up currently. A lot of times Yuno will play, like have the piano set to put out a MIDI sound that plays music with each key press, which is really cool. Where herself isn't actually playing the song, but the piano will play the song. And I just think
really
that's an
cool.
added like fun little thing as a musician to be able to like hear music while
Like piano auto tune, sort of, right?
yeah.
It's really cool.
You said it looks like the right hand is controlling the camera. I saw the same thing, Grand.
We're about to head to Gascoigne. Do you think we will see some cheeses here?
Yeah, I'm curious if she'll do the staircase or how she'll fight him. Let's see.
Like I know she grabbed the music box, so my guess is staircase.
Oh. Oh, is she just gonna fight him? Oh.
Damn. Ooh.
Yeah, that gunshot to the back was unfortunate.
I feel like Gascoigne, especially when you're working on Hitless, I feel like he can be a very slippery boss. Like even when you're putting him into this position on the staircase, like he can still sometimes like get out or hit you with a stray bullet. Like I feel like he's a very kind of tricky first boss of this run.
Yeah, I've definitely had him hop off of the staircase and then had to run to set him back up.
Mm-hmm. Easy.
And it's so fraught. I don't think I've ever had my heart race so fast.
And that is GG.
Yeah, she made very quick progress on that with the Molotovs.
Very nice. All right, I'm going to take this opportunity to talk real quick about the charity we're contributing today. We are collecting money for the Trans Empowerment Project, a non-profit organization by trans people for trans people that supports them through direct aid, education, community building to help create long-term stability and empowerment. And all the money donated today will go directly to them. We have set up a couple raffles. There will be plushies and other rewards. So I will appeal to everyone. If you have it and you want to, feel free to donate. It's for a good cause. We already have $1,500, which is huge.
Let's heckin' go. All right, so would have went back to the dream I was watching while listening to get some provisions for the rest of the run, because after you open the doorway to the chapel upstairs, the cost of all of the items in the store go up. So you want to pick those up before you enter the chapel.
Damn inflation. I think that happens several times in the game, right?
Yeah, there's this moment. There's when you touch the skull after beating Vicar Amelia, and I forget what the
Probably after Rom.
There's
I
one
think.
more. Yes, it is after Rom. That is right. And after Rom is unavoidable.
Yeah, so you gotta plan what you want to buy when you need to buy it. Careful shopping.
And the one good thing about doing a no leveling run is won't need to use any of the money for leveling up and can just buy a bunch of provisions.
Exactly. Only upsides, BL4 then.
Yeah.
Yeah, low-level Bloodborne is tough. Especially no upgrades. But BL4 in itself is already pretty tough. Especially Shadows, right?
Yeah.
Like Shadows on like a regular controller, let alone doing it on a piano and not leveling. It's very, very challenging.
I don't know if you could hear the trauma in my voice.
I feel like everyone who's everyone. The collective Shadows trauma.
Everybody who once ran Bloodborne or especially BL4, they know how it is.
Oh, the Bold Hunter's marks that you get from Eileen, that is one of the first areas that people typically use them. Is after grabbing that gemstone to slot into the weapon. Just to reset you back to the cathedral so you don't have to run past everything again.
There's a scary situation with the dog here, right? There's a couple dogs.
Yeah, I think that Yuno's taking possibly like the slightly slower but safer approach here. You can also Molotov those dogs, but that can be kind of risky if you miss. So I think she'll probably be waiting behind this tree, watching the cycle, and then once the dogs circle back, I believe, is when she'll press forward.
Yeah, I've never seen somebody not Molotov the dog.
Probably because of the camera and the lineups.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit harder with the piano. Very careful here. Yeah, dogs are scary in FromSoft games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows that. You don't want to mess with them.
Oh. I kind of
Okay,
like this
that's clever.
tactic. I've never done this, and I'm fascinated by it.
I think I use this strat because I'm like horrible throwing Molotovs. Like I have literally like Stormtrooper aim with them. So that's why I know about it. Like I probably couldn't hit a Molotov like on a target if it was staring right in front of me.
It took me a while to figure it out, and then the day I got it, I got fairly consistent after that because I memorized exactly where to place my character and where to like aim. Because that's the name of the game with Hitless, right? Is just memorization. Like look exactly here. Toss when you're standing on this indent in the bricks.
Age-old strats given handed down from Hitless Runner to Hitless Runner.
But if you're not doing it for speed, I feel like safety is always better.
Yeah, there's like an inherent conflict between speed and safety, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to compromise to some degree always.
I mean, I don't want to brag, but I might have one of the longest any percent hitless runs. I swear, I think mine ended up being like, I don't even know how long it was. It was like 2.5 or 3 hours. And most of that was just me talking and complaining about tech issues. And I'm like, the poor verifiers after, I'm like, I am so sorry. The world's longest any percent.
Bloodborne verifiers are not used to that. They're spoiled.
Wait, how long is any percent typically? If I ever get
it's
mine,
usually only like
I'm gonna dethrone you.
Please do. I don't want to actually have this title. It's usually like an hour and a half, and mine was like easily double that, I think.
Yeah. I think that's accurate. Depends how much you talk on your stream.
Yeah. I mean, in my defense, I was having like actual tech issues that day. So like a lot of it was like us trying to troubleshoot and figure out what was going on. But I definitely am a yapper by nature.
I mean, that's fair. That's in the nature of streaming, right?
So Yuno's gonna upgrade her weapon here. And
Upgrading before BSB.
Yeah, and slotting in those gems. Some people wait until after Amelia to upgrade. I upgrade as soon as I'm able to, which is also before BSB. I don't bother before Gascoigne because
I think the
I also
majority
use
of
the
people
Molotov.
do it
strat.
for Amelia.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's like the majority of people. But yeah. When you're limiting yourself to an alternate controller, you might as well get as powerful as you can, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm curious if, I'm assuming maybe Yuno will be doing pungy strats and kind of using the corner strat for BSB. I'm curious what we'll see.
I have been to a couple of her streams, and I believe she will do the other strat.
Oh.
Like the strafing.
Yeah.
I think that's
Unless
where
you
it
change
differs from
something.
your alt controller runs, Gloom, because you don't have that much control of the camera. Do you do the strafing strat for yours?
I never learned it. So when I learned like Hitless and was challenged running this on a regular controller, I always just got really comfy with the corner strat. So just because that's what I know, that's what I tend to do when I'm doing alt controllers.
Yeah, I use corner strat as well.
I mean, it's the older one, right? The original, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the tech has been revised since then. And some of us are stuck in our ways.
I think that's a hitless runner disease.
That was very smooth going through there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's amazing. Like, if you didn't know that she was on a piano, I don't think you would be able to tell that, like, this is an alternative controller. You know, like, it's just so smooth, and you can tell she has an absolute mastery over this, where it just looks like a regular controller, which is amazing. And I think
Definitely,
a testament
yeah.
to just, like, how skillful Yuno is with the piano.
Yeah. Oh. I was gonna say, these wolves are regularly a problem for me.
These wolves
And-
are janky as fuck.
There's almost nothing to be done about it. You just have to hope and pray the pungies do their job, and that the wolves, like, AI or whatever, doesn't reset when you cross over the bridge. Because if they follow you post bridge, it's always 3 of them that are just chilling there and vibing.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes if you're lucky, it's only 2.
I used to be a little bit cocky about that area, and I always told Grand, I was like, I never need pungies here. I'll never get hit. Let's just say you will eventually get hit. You do need pungies there.
Yes.
Grand was very smug when that day came.
We have the strafing strat.
And it's going very smoothly so far. Not to, knock on wood.
It is a very consistent strat when you understand it.
I'm really impressed by like the camera movement too, because
smooth.
again, like with a lot of alternative controllers, you usually have to play locked on, and it's really cool to see an alternative controller where you can like actually play unlocked and kind of do a little bit more strafing and camera work, which is really cool.
And Yuno's keeping her distance here because getting
Big
hit
explosion.
with that poison, yeah, if that poison procs, which at BL4 it will proc, that also counts as a hit, so you need to make sure you're far enough away from it.
It also lingers forever in that arena.
And that was a clean BSB.
Very, very clean.
GG's. Alright, now that we have old Yarnum, we don't need to buy our way to Amelia, right?
Correct. Because like the 2 ways you can go are either the way that we're seeing here, or I believe fighting Cleric Beast. Is that correct?
Yeah, Cleric Beast, and then purchasing an item for 10,000 blood echoes to open the gate.
Lots of money.
And also, Cleric Beast is just an awful,
Yeah.
an awful one to try to do hitless.
Yeah.
Especially early.
This drop always makes me so anxious to do.
This drop is the one time that I use the emotes in the game.
Oh yeah, because you can do the thing where you do the point and it kind of just lines you up and pushes you there perfectly.
Yeah, it slows down your walk speed, so you're sure to land on the lower one.
It looks like Yuno's skipping going into the actual dream area there, like the workshop, the abandoned workshop. Most likely just because she won't need, the extra money, essentially, which is why most people would go there.
Yeah, you get the doll set, right?
Which sells for a ton of money. Usually folks go there, pick it up, and then level their character. But I guess here, since we aren't leveling, she won't need the extra monies. It looks like she did that gunshot to get the guard's attention. I actually had never seen that before.
I've never seen that strat either.
Oh. These two guys on the stairs are so scary.
They're just absolute menaces.
They're the worst.
Hey, here we go. Amelia, script, one of the scariest bosses in the run, I think.
I think the thing that makes Amelia really scary, at least like when I've done challenge runs against her, is I feel like when you have her on script, everything's great. But the second she goes off script, I feel like the fight is so difficult and has a lot of variables.
Yeah.
Like learning to fight her like just straight up without any scripting or breaking limbs can be really challenging.
It's a hard fight, legit. That's also why she's making a save right now. To be absolutely safe. Smart. Welcome in, Raiders. We are collecting money today for a good cause. Welcome in, everybody. We're collecting money for the Trans Empowerment Project. Every donation will go to the benefit of trans people. We've already collected a whopping $1,500. If anybody would like to donate, links are up. Thank you very much.
All right, we got some limbs broken. And two
So
head
far
breaks.
good.
Yeah, so far Amelia's cooperating. It's very nice. Beautiful.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Nice.
Gorgeous.
GG's. So what we just saw was the limb stagger mechanic, right? What can you tell me about that?
forget how many of her limbs you have to break at a time. I think it's at least 2.
Yeah, I think so.
And then she'll stagger, and you can. Some people will then take that time to do a visceral, but you could also break her face during that as another option.
And essentially
it
keeps her stun locked, right?
Yeah, it slows her down, and then the main thing that you have to pay attention to is when she slides back, because that's a lot of the times when people will get hit is in that slide backwards. So you have to really pay attention to your positioning after the second time, or after you get her health bar a certain amount down, because that's when she typically does the slide.
And I will say again, with the positioning, it can sometimes be a little bit tricky, or you might whiff. And again, like Yuno had just such perfect camera positioning, which on an alternative controller can be quite challenging. And again, like she's just absolutely like crushing this run. Like it's really cool to see.
Yeah, I love that she made that save state and it was just not needed at all.
I feel like that's the way it goes in challenge runs. Like you make the save state for the parts you don't need, and then you don't have the save states when you do need them.
That is the way. That is how you get punished as a hitless runner. Also, thank you for that donation that just came in. We just got a $10 donation from Jay.
Yeah, that was me chipping in, trying to get some people to get going. Also, I really want that Ronnie plushie.
The Ronnie plushie is adorable. It's so cute.
Is that a crochet plushie? It's very cute.
Yeah.
I gotta pay attention for next time people are doing raffles and things, and maybe I'll donate an item.
Oh yeah, you crochet, right?
I crochet. I also do embroidery and cross stitch and stuff. Do a lot of nerdy things. A lot of nerdy crafty things.
Awesome.
I'm about to start working on card altars too. I could do some like Bloodborne themed Magic the Gathering cards or something.
That would be awesome. Also, it's funny because so Yuno keeps kind of hitting Garamond, which I'm assuming is kind of like a thing of luck for her. But it's funny because for me, I consider it bad luck, so I never like do that on my runs. But it's funny because it must be like a lucky charm for her.
I hit Garamond every time I see him. I'm on Team Smack Garamond.
As someone who's run all bosses for a while, yeah, I'm Team Smack Garamond as well. Deserves it.
Yeah, I'm Team Smack Garamond and give the doll joy. Which unfortunately Yuno will not be able to give the doll joy because she did not go to the workshop.
True. And we got a $10 donation from Melon. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that $10 donation. Also, an unfortunate hit to a bird. Frickin' birds.
Birds are scary.
It's always the birds and the dogs in the FromSoft games.
I think that's the most hits that I've taken as birds and dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's a reason why people Molotov this bird. We got the woods, the forest. Some dangerous enemies here, lots of snakes.
Yeah, there's snakes to worry about. There's the projectiles from snakes. Later on, you get the guys who have the snakes pop out of their faces. For me, I try to avoid fighting those tall beastie boys because I have phased through them too many times to count. And so I do not touch them. I will throw pungents, get them away from me, but I will not hit them anymore because of the amount of times that I've phased through their bodies.
I think that's smart. I mean, that's usually how Hitler strats go, right? You do something, at some point it doesn't work out, then you don't do it again.
Mm-hmm. And the phasing through enemies is a like known Bloodborne glitch.
Yeah.
A lot of pickups here.
Yeah, we got some blue elixirs, which will allow Yuno to just run through this area. I
Also,
assume, yeah, Molly
these
over
blood
here
pellets.
to kill those two.
Yep. Nice call.
Oh, interesting. I don't think I've ever thrown a punji to distract that guy.
Yeah, I've never seen that either. It's very smart though, and then you don't even have to like deal with them.
It would allow me to continue my avoidance of touching them at all. Because that's, I think, the one that I end up hitting. I backstab him and then visceral. Oh, and then there's this cannon that you have to avoid.
Oh boy. Yeah. The notorious cannon. He runs through like a pro.
Yeah, very clean, very smooth. We have reached my arch nemesis.
Oh, this is the one that you phased through?
That's the one I phased through on my deathless run, and it was my only death. 2 runs before the one that I actually got. I didn't die at all for the entire run until that guy.
Oh no.
He
At least
follows
Yuno
me.
has avenged you.
Yeah. Just sent him into the abyss. Where he belongs.
I was gonna say where he belongs. This is really funny.
So it looks like we're getting poison knife strat for Mikalash later, based on picking up those poison knives here.
The best way to do it, and the based way to do it.
Yeah, best way for safety. It's tough. You really can't use it for speed. I think that's like the one.
Yeah, that's true.
Or if you do the 20 restrictions that Grand likes to put on himself.
Yeah, that's a different beast.
With like
though.
no throwables, no HUD, BL4.
And I think it was a really smart move of to take care of that that snakehead guy, because he can just absolutely end runs. Like, he's very dangerous.
He's sketchy. Yeah.
I was wondering why she bought so many Molotovs. I tend to use the knives, and I buy them on my first stop into the dream. I pick up 7 knives. Sometimes I'll pick up 10 just in case.
A lot of them will probably be for ROM in case something fails.
I'm always so impressed by people who can like do the Molotovs for ROM. I don't think I, again, have ever hit a Molotov on her. Like, I just cannot aim.
Oh, really?
I'm really, really bad at it, yeah.
I mean, there's a lot going on in the fight. You need to watch out for stuff.
I think I've successfully used Molotovs to finish off ROM like once. Every other time it's I either get the phase skip strat or I'm done.
Yeah. I think I'm kind of the same way. It's either like I'm gonna get it perfectly or it's just not even gonna work at all. So now she should be able to go back to the dream and I believe level up to +6 at this point for her cleaver.
That sounds right. That sounds correct.
And then it's time for everyone's favorite boss.
Oh boy.
Honestly, look, I do love Shadows from a game standpoint.
I was waiting.
But as a challenge runner,
They're a
they're
nightmare.
not
Mhm.
fun.
Yeah.
It's a long. It can be a very long fight.
Especially BL4.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna be in there for a bit. There's just so much nuance to it. So many tiny things that you have to pay attention to.
Mm-hmm. I feel like especially like once they phase transition, it's so difficult and like trying to keep track of everything that you need to do and where to stand, where to dodge, and then they might summon snakes. Like there's just a lot happening in the fight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think one of the most heartbreaking things is when you get through all of the first phase hitless.
Yeah.
And then they all swap over and one thing goes wrong. And you're like, damn, it was right there.
Yeah, it's a shame. What I started to do after failing it for a bit, and I think what many people are also doing now, is the strat where you build up a beast blood pellet before you go into the fight.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen people do that.
Yeah. Can be very useful. Not always, but
I think I would end up hitting them too many times.
yeah,
Like I said, I'm stuck in my ways.
that's fair, yeah.
I've been
It can
kind of
definitely
curious
make
to
this-
try like cannon strats. Have you ever done the cannon strats against them, Jay?
No, I've seen people do them, but I have not
Mhm.
used it. But you can definitely like make the phase transition a bit better. Although I'm not sure if BL4 is the best use case.
Right.
Like I only
yeah.
saw it on leveled ones.
Yeah.
I've never taken that specific through line through the woods, and being that close to all those snakes was making me nervous.
I feel
My
like the
pathing is
snakes were a
slightly
little bit out of
different.
place. I don't know. It looked a little bit more sketchy.
I mean, that can come down to anything, including sitting in the elevator slightly too long.
Yeah, true.
Because they start on their movement paths. I've definitely had to go back to the dream because I was not paying attention and just sat in an area for longer than was reasonable. And was like, oh wait, everybody's gonna be out of place. Nobody's gonna be where they belong.
Yeah. It's a big downside in Bloodborne that you always have to teleport back to the dream.
Mm-hmm.
Eats time, right? Save state is ready, but we won't need it.
Yeah, I have faith.
I also have faith. Yuno is very, very skilled, and I know that she's spent a lot of time working specifically on this fight just because of how challenging the fight is.
So for anyone who might be new to Bloodborne, can you try and explain what exactly she's about to do here?
So this first move is going to knock down all of their HPs a bit. There is a notch in the health bars that she's going to try to get, I believe, do we just do 2 of them down to that notch? Or
Yeah,
all
just
three.
the top one and the bottom one, I believe.
Yeah. And you don't want to go over the notch, because the moment one of them gets over that notch in the health bar, which if you know what I'm talking about, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say notch, it's a little gap in the white after it says Shadows of Yharnam on the underneath of the HP.
Yeah, you can see it if you squint your eyes.
Yeah, and you want to get them down to near that without going over, so then you can position them and take advantage of their transition, because during their transition, they don't move.
What also makes this very difficult is the dodging, sprinting situation.
Yeah, so there's a pyro guy who's throwing fire. He also is tricky because he has a very quick jab move that has almost no reaction time to it. If you get too close to him and try to hit him when he has that queued up, you will get hit by it. But he also has like the fireballs that get you at distance, and some, I think at least one other swing move with that like ball weapon. And then there's the other pyro who has a candle, who will blow that fire at you if you're at the correct distance away from him.
Like a flamethrower.
Yeah, and then Katana is just super aggressive. He's just up your butt the entire time.
Yeah, and you always need to kind of decide, do I outrun something? Do I sprint? Or do I walk and roll? Because if you try to roll while sprinting, you jump. In Bloodborne.
Yeah,
So
the jump is deadly. I was gonna say I walk everything. I don't think I run at all.
yeah.
In this fight, I just casually stroll around the graveyard and use the headstones to the best of my ability to block things. Oh, I don't want jump to L3. I know for a lot of people that would be helpful. For me, jump to L3, my manual dexterity issues, I would accidentally press it. The amount of times I accidentally press L3 is bonkers.
I had to like unbind it when I was playing just Elden Ring just with a regular controller, because I grip my controller so tight that I always like was crouching and accidentally hitting L3.
I've done the same. I did it with Sekiro too. I took it off. I was like, I keep accidentally crouching.
Yeah.
This needs to go away.
We're nearing phase transition slowly.
Soups, I like the names you have for the three guys. Coney, Tony, and Fred. I forgot he's wielding a Tonitrus. Yeah, we're getting close.
So yeah, phase 2 is going to be completely different. There's going to be a lot more nuance to it, right?
Yeah, in phase 2,
Oh, that was close.
it really depends. I've seen a couple of different strategies for phase 2, where some people will go for the fireball guy first and get him out of the way, so that they aren't getting shot at with the fireballs. But I've also seen people take out the two katana guys first. Typically, plain katana is the first one to die.
I'm trying to remember, because I feel like on BL4 there might be one that's more optimal to take down that you don't do on the regular run, but I can't remember
Yeah,
what it is.
when I learned it, I think on BL4 I did it exactly the other way around.
Mhm.
Peninsula Strat.
Peninsula
Yeah.
Strat. Here we go. We're going for the parry. There it is. Oh, unlucky. No. What a shame.
Damn. Oh yeah, Candlestick is always last because he just will hop in a circle.
Yeah, you can either kill Katana first and sketchy.
The positioning is very sketchy here.
Yeah, the timing is also important. If you're offbeat just a little bit, he can do that. The jump away. Ooh, some sketchy stuff here.
And I believe like her shooting him is helping to keep him from summoning snakes, I believe. Because if she didn't do that, that's what would happen. Okay, that was very scary fight.
Bad.
But she did really, really well with that, all things
No,
considered.
she did really well, yeah. GG's.
Big GG's.
No resets, so for all the believers out there. And we're baiting this guy because he's a run killer.
He's scary.
He is.
I feel like most runners have had that like awful experience where like you get so excited and you're through Shadows hitless and then you get your first hit of the run to this guy and it's like, oh no.
There's very few things that feel worse than that.
Yeah, getting hit in, I feel like, any of the running sections does not feel good, even though this game is particularly brutal in the running sections.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just the opening in Central Yarnum is, they really throw you right in.
Yeah. Bloodborne was actually my first ever From Software game, and that opening area, because I never played a game like this before, and I just remember, like, I was like, well, I guess they said it was going to be difficult, and like that first section took me like forever to get through.
I was there for quite a while too. It was my first as well.
Mm-hmm.
I came from a background of playing RPGs where you need to clear out an area before you go to the next area.
Yeah.
That has colored my entire FromSoft experience. I know I don't need to do that. I know I can run past things now. My brain hasn't learned it though.
Jay, what was your first FromSoft game? I'm not sure if I know.
You don't want to know.
Oh, I don't want to know? Oh.
Dark Souls 2 was my first.
Was it really? Oh.
Yeah, but I loved it. I'm a Dark Souls 2 enjoyer.
And Yuno is hanging out here to avoid... Oh, I can't remember her name. She's got a whip.
I also am totally blanking on her name.
Oh, that's a tough one.
But she'll come down the stairs, and when she goes back up the stairs, you can just run past her. Yuri, yes.
That's what it is.
It was on the edge of my tongue.
She's a problem, but I love her so much. You put a lady with a whip into a FromSoft game. It is Pride Month after all. I can't believe I forgot her name. I should know these things. Especially when her name is Yuri, of all the names to forget. Yeah, she's pretty oblivious once she goes and stares at her chest over there. So Rom, for me, was the hardest fight in my first playthrough.
Rom is actually
Interesting.
really, really difficult. I feel like especially like trying to figure out and manage like when you're first learning the fight, like all the little spiders that come out.
Yeah, and then having to be very aware of which of her spells she's going to do when you're not phase skipping. Like in the first playthrough, I didn't know anything about skipping phases or anything like that. So it's such a long fight was the other part of it, is this fight takes a very long time. But that's why we do things like phase skips.
And the phase skip is definitely reliable, but it gets a little bit trickier, I feel like, on Blood Level 4.
Yes.
Like, it's kind of interesting. Like, I mean, I have never done BL4 hitless, but I did a Blood Level 4 on my dance pad, and you would expect that Shadows for the ending percent might have been the hardest, but I think the boss that took me the longest was actually Rom. Like, trying to figure out how to manage that fight on an alternative controller can be very challenging. So I'm very curious to see, like, what strats Yuno will use on her event.
Yeah, I'm hoping for the spin because it's one of my favorites aesthetically to watch.
Yeah. It's really cool.
It's also a game changer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it makes it much easier.
Sometimes she just doesn't spin though. And
then you gotta do the mark out of shame.
Yeah. She do be fickle. Yeah. I remember, I want to say it was Grand and Zero who taught me the spin.
I learned from Grand's guide. He has a YouTube video that kind of goes really in depth with it. That's where I learned it.
I didn't even know Grand had a YouTube video.
Not to like promo him, but yes.
Too late. Shoutouts to Grand Memorial.
I mean, shoutouts to all runners who share their tech and who put those things together. The amount of work it takes to put together a video to explain your strats to other people is massive. Like I couldn't do it.
I think that's the essence of our community, to share strats. And some people just go above and beyond and do a lot more.
I know I would have never attempted Hitless if it wasn't for the community here.
Yeah.
100%.
Because I was just like, that seems well beyond me. Like, I don't know. But everybody was so friendly and so kind, and like with explaining why they do certain things and how to avoid. Ooh, that was a dicey spider, sorry.
Yeah, Hitless is a lot more approachable because of the community, I think.
Like, I think if there's anyone out there watching or listening to this and you think, oh, like, Hitless would be really cool, you should definitely try it. Because, like, I know at least when I started, I was very intimidated, but by and large, the community is so lovely and willing to help. And, like, if you ever have questions, like, or even just need encouragement, there are so many people who, like, are so willing to help out and, like, teach you, which I really love.
All right, here we go.
How can you be mad at Rom when she has that cute
She's
face?
really cute. So this is a really cool strat we're seeing. So what Yuno's doing here is she's building up the beast blood by hitting Rom's head, which does very little damage and won't send Rom into like a phase transition or take away too much of her health.
There we go. There's the spin.
That's okay. Oh, she's cooperating. We're spinning.
I just realized I'm a little early because I also have Yuno's feed direct.
Yeah, no
Apologies.
Nice.
Very,
Very well
clean.
done. Very good.
GG's.
Absolutely perfect one cycle. It's so cool.
That's a
to see.
beautiful BL4 ROM.
Thank you, Rom, for cooperating today. Giving us a little spinny spin.
And here Yuno's in chat.
Yeah, in chat saying the script is really bad. I will also attest the script is very challenging on alternative controllers. Like, makes it look easy, which I think is like really funny because like sometimes you'll see someone doing like something like a one cycle or skip and you're like, oh, that looks really chill. And then you try it yourself and you're like, wait, this is actually quite difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's someone on the piano. Right?
And it's funny because I keep like not looking at Yuno's hands. And just I'm like, yeah, this is just a normal day in Bloodborne. It's very smooth. I'm very impressed by how smooth the run is going. I have never seen that happen before. I have quite literally never seen that happen.
It's unfortunate. I think a lot of people use a blue elixir there to make sure.
I think I saved mine for right here.
Yeah.
To make sure I can get past all the witches. Because they are menaces.
Oh, they are. Yeah.
They're menaces even when you have the blue elixir.
I feel like this running section is always really scary. I don't even want to admit how many times I've accidentally like panicked and run right into the laser beam too.
You and I together, Gloom. You and I together.
We just go together right into the laser beam.
Just need to believe. That's the trick.
I've had to tell myself multiple times like which direction to go on the stairs.
Right.
Like just auditory reminder. This way, then that way. And I assume Yuno's going to use a punji for the dogs because that'll allow her to get past them over here. Yeah, and then the last elixir is inside. Or I use one inside here. Okay, I was gonna say I use one inside this building.
Yeah, I feel like trying to run past the hunters without elixir would be really scary. Oh, interesting. So she's going straight to the boss. Because I normally pick up like a few extra supplies around here. But looks like she's just going straight.
There's a really nice gem somewhere waiting around here, I think. But she's probably gonna pick it up.
Oh, yeah. The one that's like past like the werewolf.
Oh, yeah, I don't normally... This is a different path than I take. We do love that gem. It's a good one.
There it is. Ooh.
That was a scary gunshot.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Nice backstep technique. so you don't get the hard fall. Speedrunner. Okay, and we get a 1 reborn save. I'm gonna take this opportunity again to remind everyone, this is a charity event. We're collecting money today for a good cause, for the Trans Empowerment Project, because it is Pride Month. And the Trans Empowerment Project is a non-profit organization by trans people, for trans people, that supports them with direct aid, education, community building, to just help create stability, empowerment, living a good and safe life. And all the money donated will go directly to them. And there's a lot of nice rewards and raffles for everyone who decides to donate. So if you have some money left, that would be appreciated. Thanks, everybody.
Grand made some good points about running down the center of the room where the hunters were, and I was like, oh, that's a bold move. Because the elixir only works if you are a certain distance away from the enemies. They can see you if you're like right next to them. And also that hard fall is bad because the guy from above can fall down on you. So that backstep is really a keen strat. Do we know why changed outfits here? Is that a strategy move or just an aesthetic move? We do love some fashion souls, so like I'm fine with either.
I think there's no benefit
sure.
beast blood wise, so maybe it's just an outfit.
Might just be because it's cute, yeah. Because there are some outfits in the game that do help with the beast blood.
Yeah.
But I don't think this is one of them.
No, the one that you get in the beginning is the best one.
Mm-hmm.
Already. Oh, that was rude.
Yeah. Not fun getting spit on right away. Look, I'm never going to shame anybody for fashion souls, because
Definitely not.
that's my favorite part of the game.
Did that witch die? I'm not sure if she was actually
There's
died.
one that if she gets knocked down, she will not continue throwing balls at you.
Okay.
So as long as she falls, you're fine.
That might have been it then.
Oh, not the spit.
Holy. Dude.
That 1 HP in a dream.
One Reborn needs to chill.
And this is another stagger lock situation.
Yeah, this is an.
I think that getting spit on before going into the tower threw off for waiting for the explosion. You typically wait for the
big one.
Mm-hmm.
The red light to go away, and then you come out, and that gives you a bit of safety. Oh, explosion happened, but the healing threw off the timing. Yeah, timing is such a key element to Hitless.
And I feel like even more so on BL4. Like One Reborn is kind of like going back to what we were talking about with Amelia. I feel like there is, the stagger lock and there's a bit of a script to him, but like when the timing is even just a little bit off, a lot can go wrong in that time.
Yeah, in theory, when everything works, like you said, One Reborn should be a cakewalk, but yeah, just one tiny little detail off and that's it. Fits into the category scary boss fight when things do not go to plan.
Mm-hmm.
This is already going much smoother.
Oh yeah. She is the pillar to block the big bomb.
I will say I really love this boss's design just from an aesthetic point of view. Like the first time you ever see him in a cutscene, it's just like, this is wild. Like what a
That
boss.
was.
Ain't no way.
He's really just pulling out the most annoying.
I think I made it
not
happen
cooperating.
because she was a bit too slow with that one witch. It's really unfortunate. These are the hits like you just hate to see.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's really unnecessary.
There's the explosion that Yuno was waiting for before coming out. And this is the stagger lock. An important thing to keep in mind with this stagger lock is to not hit his head, because if you hit his head, he can then respond and you can get hit by him. So you want to attack the other body parts and not attack the head. Why is it called One Reborn when it's clearly multiple people? There is a cutscene where it is birthed out of the moon.
Oh,
That's the best guess I have.
we lost the stun lock. Oh, and we're back in it.
What an unfortunate hit, though.
Oh man.
It's still a really good save.
That was
though.
a
That's
very-
Yeah.
It's a very difficult situation, and did a very good job getting that back.
Yeah,
Got out of the
being
stagger lock.
able to. Yeah, the pellet ended up running out because he took a long time to do his explosion, which was thrown off because of the time it took to knock the one bell ringer down. But it's. I'm gonna probably say it a million times. Timing is everything in these runs, especially for the boss fights.
Especially in Bloodborne as well, at least from my experience. There's a lot of scripts and fights that heavily depend on timing.
Mhm.
Much more than in other games.
The recovery was very good, though. After he got out of the stagger, I don't think I would have smoothly recovered like that.
Same. And we hit Gearman.
So now we only have a couple more bosses left. So Yuno's coming up on endgame now.
Oh yeah, the damage numbers when you don't have buffs, especially at BL4, which that added aspect of doing a no leveling run makes everything, the timing and where you're hitting the bosses, that much more crucial.
Mhm.
That's part of what makes Vicar Amelia so dicey, is that if you hit a part other than her limbs, you lose
Almost
that
can't
stagger
be
lock.
saved. Yeah.
Yeah.
BL4 no buffs. Nah.
BL4, no buffs, no HUD.
Why don't you throw in no upgrades, Grant? Come on.
BL4, no
Okay.
buffs, no HUD, no damage. I think that was a thing at one point.
No damage, no HUD should be forbidden. That should not be a thing. In my opinion. You can't do that, Graham, because the only person that could verify that is you. You cannot verify your own run. I see how it is.
And we'll call them hits in quotation marks that Yuno's taking from the brain don't count as hits because I think they're are they unavoidable? Like entirely unavoidable?
I think there is a
Or they've
strat.
been decided by Team Hitless that they
Yes.
are an unavoidable hit.
They're considered environmental damage.
Yeah.
But I think at least Grand always says that there is a strat that you can avoid it, but I've never actually looked into it.
Yeah, I should know this because I've seen him do it, but when he does his no damage runs, there is a strat that he does that avoids it.
I wonder which dodge this is. Is it the dodge
the
past the
NPC?
Edgar?
Yeah. Probably.
That doesn't surprise me because I think normally you kind of dodge it sort of by like running and making a sharp move kind of to the left, usually, I think, on controller. And that's just something on alternative controllers. You don't have that type of movement.
Yeah, I think there's only
Yeah.
one attack he can do where you actually need to dodge, right? Otherwise, you just strafe it.
Yeah. I think he's going to cooperate today. I'm going to manifest that he's just going to cooperate. Easy.
Yay.
Nice.
I don't know that I'm trying to think if I've ever dodged him. I think I just run past him on my right, his left. But then sometimes he chases me, which is awful.
Yeah. At one point I knew how to do it, but I forgot.
Oh. Not the attendant walking up to the elevator. Also, welcome in, Raiders.
Welcome in, Raiders, to the Pride charity event of Team Hitless. We're collecting money for a good cause. Welcome in. Just in time for safe states.
With the exception of running through Yargle, I find everything post-ROM to be very enjoyable. In Hitless, even when I was doing my Deathless run, it's if I could get past ROM, then I was set. The back end of my run was so comfortable. I loved the back end of this run.
I think most runs past ROM go to Wet Nurse, at the very least, right?
Post Shadows is so comfy for Hitless, yeah. Yeah, and then Wet Nurse is her own beast. But Mikalash also loves his meme hits.
My first ever time having a PB1 on my hit list was actually one of his Skellies hit me. Like I missed like shooting it and it sniped me. But I think we picked up the poison knives earlier, so I think we'll probably get to see the poison strat.
Yes.
I love poison knife strat.
Yeah, it's cozy.
That's my time to
super
get to
consistent.
chat and relax and talk with everybody. Let's see if Miko goes right into his room. Oh, we got a skelly
Interesting.
hit. I forget how little the damage is on BL4.
It's really bad.
I'm
without
just
the
like,
beast
oh,
blood.
you really have to hit these guys a bunch of times.
Now we're gonna see the power of the beast blood damage. Slowly ramping up.
I've always loved that you can just walk to the side when he does his tentacles.
It's amazing.
It's like, oh, I'm just gonna take a quick step over here.
Very nice.
I think this was one of my hits on one of my last runs it was one of my deaths in one of my last runs in Deathless was the guy in here, the guy with the crossbow.
Oh yeah. I feel like both of the little guys on the stairs are kind of scary, to be honest.
Yeah. I think he got me and then Miko like tentacled me and I was like, oh, okay. I don't have enough health for that. But Yuno got past them so smooth.
Looks like Miko is not cooperating initially here.
Okay, this is an interesting
Miko
strat.
knows what's coming.
She's gonna poison him from above, maybe? No.
There we go. Go into your hole. It's always nice the moment he goes into that little side room and you're like, ah, yes. I don't have to run around anymore.
Just kind of relax a little bit.
So anybody have any plans for the weekend? While we watch Miko slowly
Sadly,
die.
we can't hear him, but we can try maybe to imitate what Mikolaj's dialogue would be just about now.
Well, someone needs to do the howl he does. Which, like, isn't it true that there's, like, two voice actors? Like, one that did the howl and one that did his voice lines?
So, yeah.
It's really funny. Can
The
you do
howl?
a Mikolaj howl, Jay?
I can do that. Maybe. How was it again? Aha! Majestic! A hunter is a hunter. The best part is the scream at the end when he dies.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Also, reminders to those in chat that we are raising money for the Trans Empowerment Project. It's a perfect time to look away from the screen for a moment and throw a dono in.
If you want some plushies, now's the chance. They're really cool. But yeah, first and foremost, charity. Right? Okay, any minute now.
There's a Kirby plush as well. That's so cool.
Screamy time. Oh boy. I don't know if I can do that. Can try. Okay.
Not the mic deciding that no, it's not happening.
I think that's better. Honestly.
That was a very good Miko.
That was
Other than that one
amazing.
Skelly hit, that was just what you want to see with a Mikolash fight.
Yeah. And now Yuno's coming up on the very final boss of this run, Wet Nurse.
Yeah. Before that, we're gonna upgrade our weapon. I
Just going
upgrade
to
mine
a +8
pre
maybe?
Miko. Think so. I upgrade mine before Mikolash personally.
I do too.
Mostly because I don't want to deal with his nonsense.
Totally fair.
That's fair, yeah.
But yeah, that looked like +8.
I feel like Wet Nurse is kind of tanky, especially on lane blood level 4.
Oh yeah.
She's one of my favorite fights. I
She's
just
really cool.
I like her design. I like the music. I think her moveset is really cool.
I really like her nightmare phase, like outside of like, you know, in challenge runs where you skip it, but like I think from an aesthetic it looks really cool.
Fun little fact about her nightmare phase, I accidentally skipped it during my first playthrough.
You did? Like you
That's
did the dodge
badass.
by accident?
Did the dodge by accident.
Damn.
And then the nightmare phase, first I saw the nightmare phase and I was like, oh, this is horrific. I don't like this. And then the second time it happened, I dodged it and I didn't know about the strat. I just happened to double dodge at that point. And I often would stay locked on to bosses.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, my very first playthrough, I accidentally skipped Nightmare Phase once, and it was
That's
very
amazing.
cool. I also,
Yeah.
as a speaking of things that people do for like luck, I bow to Queen Yarnum before I go into this fight.
Oh, you
every
do?
time. Mhm.
This
It's
is
just
embarrassing.
one of those little things.
See, like I think that's a cute one. My embarrassing one is sometimes I just go and I get bullet paper and I just carry bullet paper around like emotional support. I don't know. It's like I usually don't even end up using it for anything, but I like to just have that extra bullet paper just in case.
I go for the early bolt paper every time. I like my emotional support bolt paper too. And I won't use it until Wet Nurse.
Yeah, same.
Stay in my pocket. Not losing the P buff.
Yeah, hopefully we will see very little of the nightmare phase in this fight. Hitless is scary.
Yeah, it's the longest, what is it, 60 seconds of your life.
Yeah.
It feels like forever.
You're just like, oh dear God.
And I know we've talked a lot about how important timing is, and I feel like the nightmare phase dodge that you have to do, the timing is very tight and like really easy to miss.
Oh yeah.
Gran, do you intentionally not skip nightmare phase? I feel like that's something you would do.
So there's this one run, I actually can't even remember which one it was of Grant's, but he got nightmare phase and missed the skip multiple times, and everyone in chat, we all were just like kellectively like panicking. I couldn't even watch the screen. I just I looked away. I was so stressed.
I was gonna say, didn't Kelp have also the like most stressful wet nurse as the hit list, like the run that they got? Like, she got the run, but wet nurse really pulled out every meme for that run.
There needs to be a little bit of scuff in every hitless run. It's important.
I feel like the scuff makes it also look more attainable for other people.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you acknowledge the scuff, if you acknowledge like, oh, that didn't go quite right. Like, we managed, we got through it.
I think that's one of the greatest abilities of a hitless runner is to manage scuff that happens.
I think one of my most common phrases while I'm running hitless and practicing my runs is still hitless. Like, did I get through that section and was it really messy? Yeah, but still hitless.
I feel like you should make merch with that. I would buy a shirt that says that. That's so amazing.
I'm writing that down. Yeah, in comparison to speedruns, so I don't know about you, Gloom, but what were your first challenge runs that you started doing?
I actually started with hitless. Like, my goal was I just wanted to go full in and like do like all hitless. I wanted to do the marathon runs, and then after a couple of them, I realized that like I just don't have the mentality for hitless. I'm very much a perfectionist, where like I just could not deal with like PB1 or getting hits early on, and so that's when I made the transition to focusing specifically on dance pad challenge runs instead, which I found much more enjoyable and worked a lot better with my mindset and just like what made me happy. What about you?
My first challenge runs were well outside of FromSoft. I used to do speed runs of like Stardew Valley, and I did speed runs of Stray as well. So I started with speed, and then I got to doing like FromSoft Deathless and Hitless, and it slowed way down. But my main thing, because I also, like I said, I'm taking a break from working on my hitless run, is that I would much rather work on one boss for a long time and like keep plugging away at it and only have to defeat that boss once. So low level running is my favorite.
That's really cool. I always love watching people who do like the challenge kills of bosses, like with ultra restrictions. I think that's like really neat.
There we go with the nightmare phase.
Perfect dodges.
Nice.
Beautiful. She really does telegraph it for you. Kelp, I've been missing Bloodborne 2, and I think I'm starting a BL4 soon. Because I haven't done one yet.
Oh, you haven't done a BL4? Oh, no. I'm excited for you. They're so fun. Like, I'm really excited to watch you do that.
Most of my runs are in Lies of P. That's where I did my one-handed run. And that's where I did my EL10. And I did a low-level DLC run, and like I was just doing a lot with Liza P for a while. But I've been like missing Bloodborne a lot. I was kind of determined to get Hitless first before working on a different challenge run, and I think that was part of the reason why I was like, I'm gonna take a break from Hitless and do something else. Yuno's making some really safe choices here.
Which I feel like is really good to do on Wetner's. For people who don't know, she has what a lot of people call instant lawnmower, which is a really scary and like barely telegraphed attack that she can do. So Yuno's kind of keeping like a safe distance and really picking and choosing her moments to attack.
Yeah, I think if there's one thing you should never do on Wetners is try to bait her when she's idling.
Mm-hmm.
That's just scary.
When she idles, it's literally the worst because I feel like the anxiety just building.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know how Hitless runs goes, guys. Do as I say, not as I do, right? I'll be the first to do some nonsense.
Oh yeah, I'm the first person to like go for that extra hit because I think I have it.
Yeah. Surely I'm not gonna get hit.
And I'll literally say, this isn't safe, don't do this, as I'm doing something ridiculous.
Really good RNG. One more.
Very nice. Her dying to the gunshot. Very cool.
GG's.
It was a great fight. GG, Yuno. That was awesome.
That was a beautiful wet nurse.
Nicely done.
So Yuno is not gonna go speak to Gehrman because she wants to save the actual achievement that you get for that ending for when she gets the run. Which, for those who don't know,
cool.
this specific run, the any percent ends when you submit to Gehrman.
Hello, people.
Hey, Yuno.
Hi, Yuno. You did so well. Oh my god.
There were like things in there where I like audibly screamed because it was so terrifying. Like that instant stab on the stairs up to Amelia. I've never seen that in my life. I had no idea that that's a thing. Now I know.
Yeah,
That's
those guys can be menaces, like, and can get you very quickly. I've had it happen once or twice.
They're awful. They're awful. Oh boy.
I mean, the best part is when you can take something away to learn, right?
Indeed. That is very true.
I
For
think that was a
example,
pretty good run, right?
Yeah, like honestly, I am very proud of my shadows that I kept my
Yeah.
composure. Like the transition, I was just impatient. Let's be real. Um, but
I mean, you
um,
got a little bit screwed over by that flamethrower, right? In the transition.
yeah, that happens a lot though. So I should be prepared for it. I should.
Yeah.
Do you
Um,
always do Peninsula for the transition?
yeah, I do. It's just it feels safer to me. I know that you can do the double noodle strat. I just don't like it.
Valid.
Yeah.
I pick
I
and
mean,
choose
I
whether
learned
to do
both.
Peninsula. I'm not consistent. So that's why I was asking.
Yeah, I mean, I like to use the peninsula if I do get Goku, as I like to call him, the one with the fireballs. If I do get him into a good spot, I didn't get him into a good spot, and I was ready to just like melt inside because I was shaking so bad because there were so many close calls during that Shadows fight.
Yeah.
Um,
You saved everything
so
well.
yeah. Oh god. I'm actually like for me the highlight of that run is unironically that I got Emilia without trouble for a change because I hate that boss so much. Oh my god. I dislike her more than I dislike Shadows.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Your
She's
Amelia was
scary.
very clean.
Yeah, I did like 4 hours of Emilia this morning.
Ain't that just the way?
It is. And Miko also didn't make me run for like half a marathon. That was good. That was reassuring.
No, I think you can be proud of that. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Very nice run.
It's always fun when my G tuner eats the input to backstab the very first enemy in the game, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
did that
was-
happen? Oh.
Yeah, it just ate it. It just ate it. It has happened a few times where the G tuner just eats inputs, and which is why I have been thinking about like I mean I'm learning Bloodborne because I want to learn 2 minute marathon runs at some point, but I'm just thinking to myself like that game is just never going to be consistent on alt controller just because of Edgar, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Like because you cannot do that like 90-degree turn. I don't know if you said that during your commentary, Gloom, because you would know, of course, that you
Yeah.
cannot sprint in diagonals on alt controller because Bloodborne was coded by interesting people.
Yeah, the movement just doesn't exist for alternative controllers. You did amazing, though. I'm really glad that you were able to like get through that part, and he gave good RNG for you.
Yeah, I always.
I was gonna say you've said that Bloodborne is the one that you don't recommend for people to do alt controllers. Like if they can play any other one on alt controllers, you've like steered them away from Bloodborne because of the inconsistencies with it, correct?
For me or for or both?
I think you've said that, Gloom, like when people
Yeah,
have come to you and
I
asked
think
about that.
yeah, one of the biggest things, I mean, it's not just like the possibilities of like dealing with input delays or like inputs being eaten, but you also do have to invest a little bit more money. Like you do have to get a G tuner, which can run anywhere between like 80 to 120 US dollars, depending on where you get one. So it's also just like an investment when you do decide to go for a Bloodborne alternative controller run.
Yeah, mine cost $280.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they can be really expensive. So I just
Yeah,
just because of the startup cost of it, I always recommend people try out the alternative controllers like maybe on a PC first without the investment of money just to make sure that you enjoy it and that you like it.
it's so much better. Like one other thing, what's really really funny that I wanted to tell one of you two guys before this, but I kind of forgot because I'm silly. When you see me slow walk, that is a very funny thing because you cannot actually code that input that easily into a G-tuner. So I am actually using a script someone made for the Last of Us stealth sections for the G-tuner there.
I didn't even think of that because normally for the alternative controller, you just be kind of like jogging the whole time, right? Like your character would kind of be moving faster.
Yeah, but like for example, that guy down the ladder where you get the music box, I have to slow walk because otherwise he will hear me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a Last of Us script. That's actually incredible
It's a
that you were
Last of
able to
Us
find that
script,
and
yeah.
that it worked. That's really cool.
It took a lot of digging.
It's very innovative.
Hey,
Thank
that's
you,
what
you
it's all
know,
about.
for. Oh, sorry.
All good.
Yeah, thank you, you know, for doing this run. It was absolutely incredible to watch. And thank you, Amaris and Gloom, for commentating this run and Jay for hosting it. I really appreciate it. And it was really fun to watch. So thank you.
Thank
gotta
you for
rewatch this
having
now.
us.
Yeah, we have one donation from Yuno's Piano for $1 saying, "I'm tired, boss."
Oh,
Go take care of your piano, you know. It needs some
yeah, she's all sweaty because
TLC.
it's like it's so warm in this room. I'm boiling. I'm gonna take my 5th shower today now.
Oh gosh, yeah, you're in the heat wave, aren't you?
Yeah, and it's like over 60% humidity in this room. It's horrifying.
Yeah,
Oh.
that is not ideal.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna rewatch this to see the beautiful commentary because I'm very curious to see that.
Don't watch Mikolash.
You should definitely watch Mikolash.
I'll watch all of it. Definitely.
All right. Well, before we wrap up the event, I do have some thanks that I want to say. Thank you, first and foremost, Kelp, for helping me organize this entire event. I could not have done this without you. I want to thank Panda for literally being here and restreaming literally all day. You're the best. So, yeah, thank you. And I also want to thank Jay the Helmet for being on standby to help with like anytime something came up, they were just like there, ready to help. And it really made things so much easier for me. So, thank you. I also want to thank all our commentators that we had today. Y'all were absolutely incredible. And I also want to thank all of our runners, you know, Rick, Death, Pain, and Venus. The runs were so entertaining to watch, and I had a great time. And last but very much not least, I want to thank everyone who donated and helped us raise so much for such a good cause. Even though we didn't reach the goal, we still raised an incredible amount of money that will really help change people's lives. And so I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. So, yeah, thank you everyone for today. And thank you, of course, to all our viewers here who are watching and to everyone else who helped out with this event in any way. It was so much fun. And I think with that, we are ready to wrap up. I hope you all have a wonderful time zone and happy Pride.
Happy Pride,
Pride,
everybody.
everyone.
Happy Pride.
Pride.
Happy Pride.